You wear it all day, you sleep with it. It tracks your heart rate, your steps, even your sleep. But some people are asking a really uncomfortable question. Is your smartwatch quietly harming you? Is the electromagnetic radiation from these devices damaging your brain, your heart, or your fertility? Today, we're going to unpack the science behind EMF exposure from smartwatches, separate real evidence from online fear, and give you practical, sensible advice, not panic. First, let's start simple. EMF stands for electromagnetic fields. They are everywhere in modern life. Your phone, your Wi-Fi router, your TV, your laptop, and yes, your smartwatch, they all emit EMF. But here's the key point that most videos skip. Not all EMF is the same. There are two main types. First, there's ionizing radiation like X-rays and gamma rays. This type is powerful enough to damage DNA. Then there's non-ionizing radiation. This is what comes from Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, mobile phones, and smartwatches. This type does not have enough energy to damage your DNA, and smartwatches fall firmly into that non-ionizing category. So how much EMF does a smartwatch actually emit? This is where the evidence really matters. Smartwatches use Bluetooth and very low-power radio signals to communicate. According to actual measurements, the EMF from a smartwatch is far, far lower than what you get from your smartphone. In fact, it's often hundreds of times lower than the international safety limits set by major health organizations. The World Health Organization, the FDA, and the International Commission on Non-Ionizing Radiation Protection all agree that consumer wearables like smartwatches operate well within safe exposure limits. Now, let's address the big fears directly. What about brain damage? There are no high-quality human studies that show smartwatches cause brain damage. Heart problems? The EMF levels are far too low to disrupt your heart's rhythm or function. Fertility issues? Unlike a laptop placed directly on your lap, a smartwatch on your wrist emits incredibly weak signals, and there is no credible evidence linking them to infertility. And cancer risk? The current body of evidence does not support a causal link between the EMF from wearables and cancer. As the World Health Organization states, to date, no adverse health effects have been established from exposure to low-level electromagnetic fields. So why do some people report feeling symptoms like headaches, fatigue, or dizziness when they're around these devices? This is often labeled electromagnetic hypersensitivity. But here's what's interesting. When scientists conduct blinded studies where people don't know if the EMF is on or off, the symptoms appear whether the radiation is present or not. This suggests the body is reacting to stress, expectation, or anxiety, not the radiation itself. That doesn't mean the symptoms aren't real, but it does mean EMF is an unlikely cause. So, should you be worried at all? Here's the honest, balanced answer. You do not need to panic. You do not need to buy those EMF blocking stickers. And you certainly do not need to throw away your smartwatch. However, practicing prudent use is always reasonable. Not because smartwatches are proven dangerous, but simply because long-term data is always evolving and moderation is just smart health behavior. If you want to reduce your exposure without falling for fear-mongering, you can take your smartwatch off while you sleep. Avoid wearing it 24/7 if you don't need to, and turn off Bluetooth when you're not using it. Ironically, things like poor sleep, bad posture, and anxiety cause far more actual harm to your health than smartwatch EMF ever could. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. For most people, smartwatches encourage physical activity, help detect heart rhythm problems like atrial fibrillation, improve sleep awareness, and promote overall preventive health. The benefits clearly outweigh the theoretical risks. The real danger isn't the EMF, it's misinformation, health anxiety, and fear-based content that completely ignores science. So, is your smartwatch harming you? Based on the current scientific evidence, the answer is no. But staying informed and evidence-based, that's always good medicine. If you found this helpful, subscribe and share this with someone who's worried. Because health knowledge should empower you, not scare you. Thanks for watching.